My name's Christian Dale. I'm an actor. I haven't landed any of the big roles yet, but that doesn't mean I'm any less committed to my craft. Preparation is key. I recently spent 6 months in a morgue studying for my part of corpse. The first thing I noticed was that corpses were extremely still. This was something I was going to have to bring to the role. They could also keep their eyes open for long, uninterrupted periods. They would not respond if prodded or insulted, whereas I always would, if only to say, ow, or stop it. After 3 weeks of training, I could remain still whether someone was poking me with a stick or calling me any name up to wiener. A month later, I could keep my eyes open for up to 4 days, with no side effects except temporary blindness. They're skills I still have to this day. Wiener! Stop it. But was I ready? To test myself, I would lie down in an alley and wait until someone discovered me and reported me to the police. But alas, I could not fool the doctors. A simple tool such as a stethoscope was enough to detect my pulse. Most people would say, hey, that's good enough. That's okay for me. I didn't. What if the person watching my performance was a doctor? What if they were wearing a stethoscope? I had to learn to stop my heart. Before long, I could stop it for up to 47 seconds, after which I would start it again by will alone. Any longer would result in the permanent loss of my mental faculties and the possible end of my career as an actor. When I was pronounced dead for the first time, I knew I was ready. Ready to create the most realistic 3 seconds of dead body screen time ever. I never went over the 47 seconds, but even that length of clinical death has meant that my mind has deteriorated such that I can no longer pronounce the word spatula. Currently, I'm losing 300 pounds to prepare for my next role, Man in Street. When I looked at his line, "Watch where you're going," I thought to myself, who would say a line like this? Someone who had perhaps been bumped into. I looked back at the script. I was correct. But who would care about it so much that they would be given a line? Someone desperate, someone on the edge, someone liable to be knocked over. There was no doubt in my mind. He had to be thin. Problem was, for my last role, Thug's Henchman, I had substantially increased my muscle mass and gained 2 inches in height. Someone of that build was not going to say a line like that. Maybe, "Watch where you're going, punk," or, "Hey, watch where you're going." I don't know, I'm not a writer. I mean, this is fine, I have weeks to prepare, but I remember when I read the script for Batman Begins, and there it was, the role I was born to play. Fat guy in shop. So I phoned the director. He would not take my call. So I phoned the producer. He would not take my call. So I phoned my agent. He would not take my call. I found the location of the director's office and sat outside there for 2.5 hours. Then he appeared. "You have to let me play this part." He was like, "Which part?" His voice is not like that. I would need to study it. "Page 74, fat guy in shop. At least let me read for it." "Read for it? There are no lines." I turned to him. He was blown away. "Wow," he said. For a moment then, it was like I was in a shop with a fat guy. "But there's one problem," he said. "We shoot tomorrow and you're not fat." "Okay, I'll talk to wardrobe and get you a fat suit." I was like, I don't work like that. Over the next 12 hours, I gained 400 pounds. The money I spent on butter and sugar was over 3 times my fee. But I don't do this for the money. I do it because I want to know what it feels like to be a fat guy in a shop. Did anybody notice? No. But that's the thing when you're a fat guy in a shop. No one should.